Now, Nelly, there are certain things that I'm curious about, but we can explore those things privately. But as far as like a woman's sexual past, like how many guys, that's none of my business. So it just it boggles my mind that there are grown men actually asking this shit. So how do you normally respond when they ask you that goofy shit? I'm curious.
Well, usually I tell them, like my past is my past, and unless it affects your future. So at the time, I didn't have no kids. Like it's like, what do you need to know about who I'm talking to or who I talk to or who I'm sleeping with if I didn't produce no kids? I don't no longer talk to that person. Why do you need to know who they are? I don't want to know who you sleeping with unless it affects my future. So if you got
Mhm.
kids or if you got some long term illness or disease that if I get with you is going to affect my future, then we could talk about it. Other than that, I don't want to know. I don't care. So why
Um,
do you care so much about women body count? I don't understand.
I'm glad you said that, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why, guys, care in a minute. But I'm glad that you said that about the illness of the disease, because I told guys this when it comes to asking a woman about her sexual past. The only thing that a man has the right to know is if you have something that you can't get rid of. Right?
Yeah.
Facts.
That's it, and that's for both men and women. Uh,
Right.
as men and women, we have a right to ask a potential sexual partner, "Hey, when the last time you got tested? Can I see it? Or have you ever had anything? And if so, what have you had?" Right? You have a right to ask that, right? But when it comes to how many sexual partners someone has had, or what kind of sex you have, you had any threesomes? Have you had any gangbangs? No one has the right to ask those questions.
I agree. That's why I don't ask those questions. That's why I be like, why am I being grilled when I don't even ask those questions? Because I don't care. Do you have kids and do you have a disease? Show me. Because my body clean and I can produce paperwork. I'm 5 years clean. So don't ask me those questions like unless you were prepared to show proof.
Okay, I like that.
Like
Well,
what
I
she
mean 5 years clean, like I ain't open my leg. Like
hey, Zach,
I don't
Zach,
mean
Zach,
like
hey, Zach, like
Wait,
Zach,
wait, wait, wait. You ain't had sex in 5 years?
wait, you ever had say, hey, Zach, do you know
Yeah,
if you got her to play with herself and
yeah.
she came, she would shoot like one of those bottle caps that shoot, she like come out.
Oh, oh, she would definitely paint the walls, dog. You know what I'm saying?
oh my god.
No doubt about it. So Leonardo is very strategic that I go in and out of that voice. Yes, it is.
What is the big deal? So I
Yeah.
clearly attract insecure men. I've
So
accepted my fate and I just
yeah.
have to do better. So what does it mean when a guy knows that you've been 5 years out of the game and you're
Mhm.
not getting that and he's still insecure?
So Nelly, if you and I were face to face and you told me I haven't had a dick in me in 5 years, I would say to you, Nelly, I said, look, then you might want to get away from me because I'm about to break that streak. Yeah, so I'm no good for you. You know what I'm saying? So because my
Wait,
thing, this is
no,
my thing, Nelly.
it.
You said
So
what?
attracting these no good ass fucking son of a bitches that aren't real about it. They just want to dance around the subject, try to pretend like they love everything I got going on. Oh,
Nah, I don't.
and then
Zach,
all
I
of a
don't.
sudden they
Look,
flip the switch. That's
I
all it
can't
is.
look, Nelly, look, I can't
But be
lie to you.
real, son. Say what you want
Like
to say.
like 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 Tupac said, you ain't got a lot to kick it. Look, let me say this.
You're
And
right.
okay,
And you know I'm from the Bay Area, so
yeah. I don't, no doubt. So let me say
okay.
this. So if you told me now, number one, when women say that they're abstinent, I don't believe y'all. Now let me say this. That doesn't mean that I think you're lying. Okay, I want you to understand. When women tell me that they're practicing abstinence, I don't believe y'all, right? And now it doesn't mean that I think you're lying. I just don't know. I don't know you well enough to say she's a straight shooter or she's a bullshitter. I don't know, right? So I don't concern myself with whether it's true or not. Now, if it is true, congratulations. And I will say this: if it is true, that means you haven't been around a man that can elicit that type of response where you feel like you want to come off that. Now, let me ask you this though. So, what made you decide to let cobwebs grow there for 5 years?
All right, so let me tell you my story since y'all need to know.
Wait,
I'll be
Nelly,
straight up.
Nelly, one
So,
second. Nelly,
yeah,
one second. No, hold that thought. Gentlemen,
okay.
wait. Gentlemen, do you guys hear the interaction? It's not, excuse me, you two, like y'all two freeze, please. There is nothing but flow. There is laughter. There is enjoyment. It's gentlemen, this is what we're talking about. And again, she just started talking to Zach, and you see how comfortable she's feeling right now. She can't see that she can tell that, you know what? He's not disingenuous. He's not trying to manipulate me. He's not trying to fuck me, and he's not trying to force me doing that. I'm sorry. Y'all two continue. I'm just sorry.
We're having a grown adult conversation.
Grown adult. I'll be back. I'm backing off this, but I just want to say for everybody, this is what the fuck we talking about when we talk to women. This is what the fuck we do, Zach. I'm shutting the fuck up. Go ahead. But Nelly, please continue. I'm sorry. Please continue.
Y'all ain't lying because I'm sitting up here giggling, smiling for no goddamn reason.
Yeah, I know.
I'm laughing, chuckling, kicking it up.
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to tell my story that you didn't even, like, you don't have to pull it out of me. I just decided
Hey, you right? I ain't got to pull it out of you. I can keep it in. Go ahead. My bad. Continue. I'm sorry.
I'm going to keep it short and sweet.
Hold on, real quick before you continue. I just want to point out that sexual innuendo, guys. You see how witty? Look, when I tell you guys, I can turn anything sexual, and when a woman says something, I can say it's there. But go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. So 2019.
Yeah, I'm listening.
That's when I got pregnant with my kid by my ex fiance, right? Mm-hmm. And it was the middle of 2019. I didn't know I was pregnant. And y'all saw me talking about the narc. Remember, I kept saying stuff about the narc will make you say everything about your life, but they will never give you anything, right? So that's kind of what happened. Didn't know this dude was stalking me for 10 years on social media until he did some shit with the algorithm. I didn't know nothing about that, but I was just being genuine. I was just filling all my information, talking, vibing. I thought we was vibing. I thought it was all good until that shit started not making sense no more. And I just want to make a long story short because I don't like talking about this dude. Honestly, he's still kind of a sore spot because
no. Hey, Nelly.
And I didn't have no kids.
Nelly.
Go ahead.
We can switch the topic. We don't got to talk about this any longer.
We don't have to switch the topic.
You sure? You sure?
Good. You wanted to ask me about why I'm so long out of the game.
The cobweb.
I finally met my match.
He talking about the
and
cobwebs.
The kid came from the situation.
Okay.
And so she was born in 2020, just before the pandemic. So that kind of helped with, we couldn't really be around nobody. Like, the pandemic was so strong in 2020. My daughter was born to the NICU. And then it was just like, I don't want nobody touching me after this whole situation. Like, I ain't been with this dude since 2019. I don't want nobody touching me. So that's kind of how I got into the whole abstinence, because the pandemic kind of helped out. So
okay, so what you're saying is because everyone was kind of away from each other, you got used to the solitude.
Everybody was away from each other, and this is the first time I had a kid. I never had a kid before, but I also didn't want nobody touching me. So it was just like my body belongs to my kid because I'm breastfeeding type shit. So days turned into weeks, weeks turned into months, months turned into years.
Okay. Well, let me say this.
To be completely honest, I let somebody come into my life about 4.5 years later.
Yeah.
And that shit went sour. And so I was like, damn, Nelly. Like, you could have just stayed the straight narrow path. So somebody did get me. Yeah. So that's what I was saying. Like, damn, like I fall for the wrong motherfuckers every single time.
So,
Even after being abstinent for
Nelly,
almost 5 years.
but Nelly, so let me ask you this: so are they lying to you and pretending that they are going to be your next possible boyfriend? Is that what they're doing?
Are they lying to me? I don't know.
No, because
So here's the thing. I fucked up with the red flag. One thing about a narcissist is they tell you who they are up front.
yeah.
And then somebody like me that's just like hella genuine, just like want to save every fucking body. I was like, oh, I understand why you're that way. You won't be that way to me. And then eventually they are. And then
But see, but that's your fault then.
I show up in a form that I don't like to show up in, and then we fight.
So, but hold on. So this is what it sounds like, and you tell me if I'm off base or if I'm right on that motherfucker. So what it sounds like, you meet these guys, they kind of tell you that maybe they fucked up, they got some issues or something like that, and because you're a little too infatuated for your own good, you don't heed the warning because they're telling you, and then it's almost like you create this fantasy in your head that you can be better formed than the last woman, and that you can bring something out of them, you can bring the good out of them, and all of that. Is that what you do? You got that savior complex?
No. So what it is you're saying it, but you're hitting off the point. So they don't come to me like, oh, this woman fucked up. They come to me like, oh, my parents fucked up, and I'm like, oh, mine did too. So I just have like a soft spot in my heart for people that have like a fucked up past, and I feel like I can help them get better, and we could get better together. And then I quickly find out that I'm the one trying to get better, and they're not.
Okay, you know what happened? I'm gonna tell you exactly. I'm glad you clarified that for me. I'm gonna tell you, guys. Listen, this is called trauma bonding, right? So what typically happens, and you said something that was very profound and very important, and I want to point to that. So what happens, ladies and gentlemen, and a lot of you people that's listening, y'all have experienced exactly what she's saying. Here's the problem with trauma bonding. The problem with trauma bonding is exactly what she said. One person gets better and the other person stays with the victim mindset. The person that gets better realize this person is no good for me. And then the infatuation or the attraction basically begins to dull out because the ties that bind, the things that made you guys click, the dynamic has changed because your mindset has shifted in a more positive direction. Their mindset stays in the negative. And at that point, you're no longer compatible.
That's exactly what happened.
I know. Look,
That's exactly what happened. Wow, you just summed it all up.
that's what I do. I'm good at
That's
this
exactly
shit.
what happened. That's why I'm in therapy and nobody else is. I'm like, why do I have to go to therapy but nobody else does?
No, Nelly, you didn't need therapy. You need a carer.
You're getting some therapeutic, right? You're with a therapeutic man, so you might be switching out that therapy. Go ahead, Zach.
Well,
You got Zach.
See, Jazzy says she's going through that. Look, ladies, look. This is called appealing to a woman's feminine sensibilities. This is what this shit is called right now. This is what this shit is called. I know this. Look, see. The problem is a lot of guys they spend time trying to get to know y'all. Nelly, I already know you.
yes.
Look, I'm gonna stop fucking with you. Look, I do appreciate you, sharing that with us.
Let me go back to what I was saying that narcs know how to study you. The last person stalked me for several years, knew what made me smile, and I was smiling with him just for him to be a fucking fraud. So yes, I definitely don't know. I know you guys aren't frauds. That's what I'm saying. Like, yes,
shit, you know that.
I have smiled with people that
Yeah.
weren't for me.
But here's the thing, right? Because you have some guys out here who are con artists, and they seek to destroy. You know what I'm saying? They seek to for whatever reason, because there is no reason why a man would stalk a woman on the internet for what you said 7 years?
Yeah,
10.
yeah. No, yeah.
Like that's
He admitted it. I didn't even know who he was. He
Well,
Look.
pretends to be women on the internet.
What?
He stole my sister's identity. Never knew. I didn't even know. I did not know.
Yeah, that's
So
wild.
when social media started popping off, Facebook or whatever, there's an algorithm that I never knew about that he knew how to work the algorithm. That's how I ever saw him. So
That's
he
wild.
was doing stuff to make me see him on the internet.
Well, Nelly,
They struck in conversation. So I was like,
yeah, well,
I
Nelly.
thought he was just like cracking jokes and shit, you know.
No,
He